Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Walmart exclusive Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 collection, Robots in Disguise 2000 Scourge. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. Let's prepare to start our engines with a look at the packaging. And we'll start here at the top and work our way down. Nice artwork of Scourge with some flames coming out the smokestacks there. Takara Tomy, Generations Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. Transformers Legacy Velocitron symbol. 3D render of Scourge. Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. Velocitron symbol. Nice artwork of Scourge there that wraps around to the side. Authentic. And then some writing in Cybertronian, and of course Velocitron symbol. And then that artwork again of the truck mode. And Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge Transformers Hasbro 8 and up. Transformers Legacy Leader Class. On the bottom, Velocitron symbol. Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and recycled. On this side, nice robot mode artwork of Scourge, and y'all can see there's some damage to the packaging right here. I actually found this in a Walmart. So it looks like they may have gotten a little overzealous with the box cutter when opening this case. But Transformers Legacy, and as you can see on the bottom there's a little beat up too, and right here. Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge, and there's the G2 Autobot symbol upside down, because that. And nice product shots or 3D renders. Transforms in 30 steps. Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that don't belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Some more small fine legalese prints, some more made in Vietnam print, that thing, whatever that is, and a barcode. Finally, includes figure 2 accessories and instructions. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories in his alt mode. And first up we have his energy sword, or energon sword. That looks pretty nice. It has nice molded details in it. I do wish it had a few paint apps, you know, like the handle and the hand guards, you know, just pieces of it that looks like it might be metal, having a little bit of paint app on it to show, you know, this whole thing isn't energon, just, you know, the blade is just energon. But, you know, I know this is also a throwback to the original toy. His sword was, you know, all this translucent plastic also. And then we have his axe. Oval axe. And it has a hinge in it right here so it can fold up. And other than storage, I don't know that there's anything you can really do with it. I could be mistaken, but I don't recall seeing anything. And he also comes with his handy dandy instruction manual, Transformers Legacy, some Cybertronian 8 and up Transformers, Robots in Disguise 2000 Universe Scourge, Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. And on the inside, I won't unfold these too much, but you get the general idea from what I'm showing you. Nice clear illustrations. I know sometimes printed on this paper they can get kind of a little fuzzy. So not the case with Scourge's instructions, at least my copy of Scourge. You know, the colors on here aren't bad. I still do prefer those bright colors on Kingdom and Legacy Bumblebee instructions, but that's just me. Your mileage, of course, may vary from mine, and that's okay too. But I will say I'm liking the Speedia 500 colors for the instruction manuals better than the standard Legacy stuff. Now let's take a look at the figure himself in his alt mode, and you can see he rolls. Sometimes these wheels don't roll, but you can make it do it if you want to. So if you do stop motion stuff, just be aware of that, because that would look kind of odd. You know. Anyway, there's that. Let's take a look at the trailer real quick. It does have this nice massive silver paint app on both sides. If I recall correctly, Laser Optimus Prime's was in that swirly twirly type plastic, but this one it's painted. And here we have some silver paint on the wheels, and that's cool, and it's on both sides. And other than that, nice molded details. No other paint apps really. And one thing to note about the trailer, oops, I didn't want to do all that. The repair arm from base mode, it does come out, and so the trailer will sit without Scourge under it. So that is neat. Oops. Well, let's take a look at the cab. It's got a nice tampo on the back on both sides, on the hood sides on both sides, and on the top of the hood also on both sides, of course. Nice big silver paint app right here. Some translucent plastic in the for the headlights, and then of course you can kind of see through the windshield a little bit, and that's okay. And again, these things, I don't know, I've disliked the way these tanks move ever since Earthrise Optimus Prime, so it's a little aggravating. Now, as far as accessory storage goes for his cab, we have the sword here, and it has two tabs on it right here, and under here there's two slots, and you just line those up, but not like I did upside down. And it just kind of fits into place right there, and it fits pretty good. And as far as the axe goes, you just bend it over at that hinge, and it's got these two tabs right here, and on the back of Scourge you can see down in there there's two slots, and you just line those up, and there we go. So that's cool. And of course that's when he's just traveling as a cab, because he can't carry the trailer while this is attached. I'm pretty sure no, because the stuff won't even line up. So that's neat. I'm glad that he has storage without having to haul the trailer. If you don't want the, you know, if you're sometimes people display them like this but without the trailers, and you know, that's cool. But he also does have inside the trailer And when we get to transformation or talking about robot mode, we'll look at the storage there for the weapons. And you know, he still rolls good even with that sword up under there, so that's good. The wheels actually move a little better without the trailer, but I don't know, mine's sitting a little crooked or something. Well, I'll take it back. When you tilt it a little bit, it will. Under the bottom, not really much to see as far as robot parts sticking out. You know, we got these open areas right here. And then the G2 Autobot logos there. But overall, I'd have to say this is a nice looking alt mode. Even Laser Optimus Prime also in very, you know, nice looking alt mode. Damn gas tanks. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the figure and accessories in alt mode. Let's do some vehicle mode comparisons. And here we have Scourge with the Legacy Laser Optimus Prime. And as you can see, this is the same mold. I will tell you, however, the paint is different. The silver is actually painted on this trailer, whereas this one is just that swirly twirly plastic. And then here we have red, and then on Scourge those pipes are silver. And that's in, you know, in addition to this is all black, and this is kind of a, I'm not even sure what color that is. Colorblind people, don't make fun of handicapped people. And as you can see, the design on the hoods are different also. And they're swinging back around to the front. And again, you can see the designs on the hood where Optimus has flames. Scourge just has some line work. Here we have Scourge with the Amazon exclusive Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime. And as you can see, he's quite a bit longer than Optimus, but you know, we looked at that also on that Laser Optimus Prime review, which is available for viewing if you wish to see that review. Here we have Scourge with the Netflix spoiler pack number 2, Nemesis Prime, who has that Earthrise trailer. But my trailer I upgraded with the Non-F Productions upgrade. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our show where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And let's start by disengaging the trailer, and we'll just move the cab out of the way for right now, and we'll start with the trailer, and let's boop that up a little bit. First thing you want to do is open this up, kind of straighten the repair arm out there, and flip this around. Stand it up straight. You know, it'll sit flat on the bottom there. And then you separate the sides and how they connect in there. You see these pegs here on either side. There's holes, ports in here to correspond with that. And then you just lay those flat. Flip the ramp down. Then this is on a hinge right here, about halfway, or at about the halfway point. And you just flip it down all the way, and then this part You just kind of maneuver it into this section right here. And then take the arm and flip it out like so. This does spin around, so you do that. Then you flip the gun up and spin it around. And there you go. We have the trailer all transformed into a base. Awesome. Hey, I said out of the shot. Now let's take a look at the cab. See if I can get this thing done correctly. Let's start by flipping this panel right here up, and you can see there's a slot and tab right here, and it flips up. And on the inside of it, there's also like this funky tab here that fits inside the leg here. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and flip these gas tanks in and straighten the legs up. Flip the feet out, toes, and the heel or heel spur, whichever you prefer. Unlatch the top of the cab, and you'll see there's two big tabs right here, and they tab in on those slots right there. Then you lift this whole this whole cab section up, and you want to straighten these arms out. And then while we're doing that, let's go ahead and flip these knee pieces down. Separate the hood and go ahead and flip these pieces up, just kind of get them out of the way. Then you want to push right here where this grill is, and it's on a hinge right here, and it sometimes acts like it doesn't want to come out all the way, but it will. So you get that out. And then this piece under here is on a hinge also, and it just flips out. And I'll have to say, this piece on my Laser Optimus Prime pops off every time I try to transform him. But on this one, I don't know if they did something to fix it or if it was just my copy. I don't know. So let's go ahead and get the arms out from behind him. And you can lean this back just a tad bit more, not much though. Then this panel, you want to work it till it sits at about 90 degrees, just like that. Same thing on the other side, and then it'll slot in the back here and also at the top. And it just kind of, you can hear it pop maybe. And you got these tabs right here, and they'll go in the slots up here. And then there's also some tabs here and here that'll go in these big old slots right here on either side. And you just pop that into place. Then you can take the arms and move them all the way back toward the front, and you'll see like this piece right here that just kind of pops in there. You heard that pop or tabbing, whatever. And go ahead, flip the head up, and it'll snap into place. Let's open this up, and then you flip the hands out, close it back down. Then you can You see the double mushroom peg there. You just flip that around. Sometimes these arms like to come off of those pegs, so, or you can flip it around and then fix the hands. And sometimes it's hard if you have fat fingers like me to get your fingers in there to get the things out. And go ahead and spin him around at the waist. And then let's straighten these up. It's on a double hinge. A hinge here and up here. And it'll snap down like that, and then you can pop that flap down and then just do the same thing over here on this side. Can separate the legs at this point. And then here, before we flip the cab up, there's this piece right here that you flip up like that, and then close the cab down. And there we have it, my friends. 2000s RID Scourge, all transformed. Let's take a look at Scourge in his robot mode and accessories, including the base. And let's just move Scourge out of the way for a minute so we can talk about the base. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It's a trailer that folds down. It has a ramp. This piece spins around, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks okay, and it would be a great MicroMaster base. So that spins around. You've got some articulation on this robot arm. You know, it's kind of tight down here. It doesn't really want to move. It want to move this whole piece. And, you know, you have this gun. It will spin around. It also tilts back and is removable, and Scourge can use it also as a handheld. Now, as far as I said, I was going to show you the weapon storage again. On the sword, you've got these two tabs, and then inside the base or trailer, you have these two open slots, and the sword just tabs nicely right in there and doesn't let go. Again, with the axe, you have to have it over in its folded over configuration, and then on the other side you've got these two slots, joined slots, and these two tabs, and just line them up, tab in, and there we go. That's cool. And you can reverse this process. You can put the sword on this side, or you can put the axe on this side, because both sets of tabs are on both sides. As you can see right there, there's the shield tabs. Now, another thing you can do, and I don't know why you would want to, but this whole piece is removable. So there is that. Now let's move that out of the way. Get Scourge back in here, and let's take a look at him in his robot mode. And just like on that Laser Optimus Prime, nice head sculpt and light piping. So that's always cool when they can work that in and it doesn't, you know, affect the appearance too much. I mean, you can see it back there, but you know, it's not that bad. Are you going to be looking at the back of his head a lot? I don't know. I'm not. Now, as far as, you know, secret panels or whatever, these flip up, and there's missile launchers in there, but that doesn't shoot any missiles. It's just, that's just for decoration, I guess. And those close back down. And then, just like Laser Prime, The chest does open up, it does flip open, and there is a little matrix in there, and it's tiny, guys. And it's hard to get a hold to. When, like me, you have big old sausage fingers. But here it is, it's hollow on the back of it. And then that was upside down. So nice silver paint apps on it. I imagine it's all in this translucent plastic. That's how it's made. And then they add the silver paint app, and perhaps even this color. I'm not sure how exactly it's decorated, but again, you know, it's translucent, so that's a neat little thing. Just pop it back in there and close that down. But nice paint apps all around on this figure. Silver around the windows, around the gun ports or whatever here, and the grill right here, and you know, like this stuff that was in truck mode also, and then some here, and you know, very minimal on the paint, but where it is, awesome. And then here we have on the shoulder pauldrons or pads, whatever, I don't know what you call them, these panels here, you have the what looks to appears to be the G2 Autobot symbol, but it's upside down, showing that he's evil. They could have just gave him a goatee. Now, as far as his articulation goes, and I don't know why I fumbled on that. As far as his articulation goes, he can't really look up too much. He can look down that far. He's got some head waggle. I know usually I do this from the side, but because of these, you can't really see it from the side. He does have the ability to do the full exorcist. Now the shoulders, you can move these pads or panels, whatever, out of the way, and you can hear there's a soft ratchet in his shoulder. And because of this part, you know, he only can move his arm up that far forward, and he kind of gets hung here on the cab a little bit, but you can swing it out just a little bit and you can get that far back. He does have a swivel here at the bicep on a double mushroom peg. You have to watch that. Sometimes it wants to pop off of there, so at least on Laser Prime. I don't think I've had the problem on this guy. Elbow bend about 90 degrees, and even though this wrist is on a ball joint, it just rotates 360 degrees. There's no other, well, I'll say no other. You get a slight up and down maybe with it. Nothing in the ab area. At the waist, a 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he can do the full splits. Kicks forward about 90 degrees, a little less than 90 degrees, I think. And back about the same. Right here where the thigh joins the hip, there is a joint there for a 360 degree rotation. Hinge here at the knee, and it gives you that much bend. No tilt really to speak of at the foot. He's got, you know, that, which is part of transformation, and I don't think you can really do a whole lot of with that, you know, for posing or whatever. But he does have rocker a little better than 90 degrees maybe. Just slightly, though. Now, as far as his weapons go, transform that one back out. You know, you just slide that in his hand without untransforming him. And on the sword here, it's got this little tab here, so if you're not careful, or not careful, if you're not paying attention and you try to stick it in with the tab facing out, it won't go in his hand. You have to make sure that the tab is rotated where his hand is open right there. And there, it goes right in there. So there's that. It also has this gun. You can put it in his hand, maybe. So he can hold the gun like that in his hand. It's also got this peg here on the back, and he can hold it like that. I don't know what sense that really makes, but it's an option. Also, the sword has a hole in it right here, or port rather, that, you know, you can attach that to if that's something that you want to do. And also on the axe. So if that's something you want to do, you can do that. And of course, the sword and the axe do combine together to make super sword mode or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you just make sure that tab is on the outside and just slide that on in there, and it holds, and he can hold it. And again, like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the way that looks. That's me personally. Your mileage may vary, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. We're all different, and that's cool. There we go, my friends. A look at Scourge in his robot mode and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have Robots in Disguise 2000 Scourge with Legacy Laser Optimus Prime. Here we have Scourge with the Walmart exclusive Netflix Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. Here we have Scourge with the Netflix spoiler pack number 2, Nemesis Prime. And I'm going to say he's leader class because all the extra stuff he come with. But it's on that Voyager class Siege Optimus Prime mold. And no one of my Transformers reviews is complete without a comparison with the Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee. And here's some base mode comparisons. Here we have Scourge's trailer in the front, and coming around We have Laser Optimus Prime's base, and they're, you know, they are exactly the same except for some color. Here's how Scourge's base mode, or trailer's base mode, compares up with the Amazon exclusive Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime's trailer's base mode. Here's Scourge's trailer's base mode with that spoiler pack Nemesis Prime's Earthrise trailer base mode, but with the non-F Productions add-on kit or upgrade kit. Which is a nice kit. The only current way I know to get a non-3D printed Nemesis roller. For final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 collection 2000 Robots in Disguise Universe Scourge, I have to say I'm digging this figure in these colors. Not that I didn't like Laser Optimus Prime, but this one just feels like this is what this mold was made for, rather than Laser Optimus Prime. And I'm sure it was probably the other way around, but you know, when they made that Laser Optimus Prime, they knew this was a repaint they were going to do. And I am glad that I got a hold of it. I'm always, you know, up for some evil Optimus Prime stuff. Fortunately, I missed out on the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, but that's okay. I didn't really need another Earthrise mold. Oh, I got 3. I didn't need another one. So that's okay. You know, this guy, those stripes in truck mode look pretty cool. And just the colors on him, period, are striking. Now, the trailer transforming into a base, you know, if it comes with a trailer, it's going to transform into a base. That's pretty much a given. And that's fine. And, you know, it turns into, you know, I'm not knocking it. It turns into a nice little Micro Master base. I just kind of wished that we would get some more Micro Masters going for the Legacy line. That would be cool. Not necessarily repaints of the ones we've already gotten, that we've gotten repainted several times already. But, you know, I'm guessing the Micro Master gimmick just didn't go over real well, and that's why it didn't even follow through till Kingdom. I'd also like to see the Battle Masters come back for Legacy again, not necessarily as repaints of stuff we've already gotten, but new stuff. But that's just me, and I'm rambling on. This is a great figure. If you know you love evil Optimus Primes, then you know this one is one you gotta have, because they. I want to say they come along once in a blue moon, but you know, we've had one for Earth Wars or Prime Wars, whatever you want to call that. We've had one in War for Cybertron line,
and this one in the Legacy line. I don't know if they're going to do another one and call it Nemesis Prime. I actually would like to have a Nemesis Prime on the Earthrise Optimus mold. That would be cool, because the War for Cybertron one, of course, is on that Siege Optimus Prime mold. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like that mold just fine. It's just I like the Earthrise one better, and that's the one I really want to see a Nemesis Prime on. So maybe we'll get that before Legacy is up. Who knows? This may be the only version of, you know, that type of character that they're doing for Legacy. I don't know. Well, that does it for the review. I liked this guy. I hope you liked him too. And I enjoyed doing this review. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.